In the shadows of the music industry, a dark truth unravels.
And Dave Mack, Crime Stories investigative reporter, we have what the prosecution lays out in their brief, and that is evidence of an abortion and evidence of the Plan B morning after pill.
Those text messages.
Now, again, here's the only thing, is that they won't be able to charge him with that portion of it. It's not going to be an aggravating factor if they don't have it. Yes, it's going to weigh heavy on the jury and whoever's in the courtroom and Celeste's family when they find out that if she was pregnant and how and what happened. But they're not going to get to that unless they find certain evidence. And you're right, Krista, her body was so heavily decomposed. It was out there for so long in the heat. So we may never know. But regardless, they do have the messages between the two. All right, let's continue.
Between Celeste and David Burke talk about the Plan B. They talk about pregnancy. And Nancy, they talk about threats on his career. Remember, the week Celeste Rivas was murdered was the first week David Anthony Burke's album Withered and the world tour were kicking off. And Celeste dropped that bomb on him because she was tired of him seeing other little girls.
Yep. Plan B in the text, abortion in the text, and we uncovered this text.
But again, guys, I mean, these people that were surrounding David, his little groupies and Asia and Neo, everything was just funny. It was all fun and games. Like, they didn't take anything serious, as you can tell, the things that were recorded, right? Yes, may Celeste Rivas rest in peace. I think David and the crew literally thought, who cares about this kid? I mean, whatever. She's a runaway. She's been running away for years now, and she's got this poor family. Her parents don't speak English. Who cares about her? No one's going to notice she's missing. And if they do, they're not going to do anything. That's what I believe. All right. And it kind of shows in what he did to her and the way that he just left her body. People say, why would you do that? Why would you leave a body in your car and park it a street over while you're on tour? Why not take the car and go drive it off of a cliff? Go to Malibu, go to San Diego, go somewhere and drive the fucking car off the cliff and then report it stolen. He couldn't even take that much time to do that.
Purportedly from Celeste to Burke. Things are getting so heavy. I'm scared about everything. They're starting to ask questions. Call me when you see this. I need you. So, Dr. Bethany Marshall, it's going to be a cold day in HELL that David Anthony Burke is going to allow any evidence of a pregnancy, an abortion, or the Plan B pill usage to come out from a little girl that is now 14 that he started romancing at age.
Yeah, no romancing, but yes, grooming. And guys, we have 288 people in chat. If I could ask you to please hit that like button. All right. And I'm going to gift a membership. If anyone wants to match me, that helps with our goal as well. All right. So let's do this. I'll gift a membership. Make sure that you hit the like button and drop a comment to give you a better chance to win a membership. All right, let's go. Look at Nancy's face. I don't even know what she's doing. She looks like a Muppet there.
11. He had to pick.
He had to pick his career or her, and he chose his career. He allegedly chose homicide. Nancy, this text breaks my heart because this is a little girl who imagines she's in a true and real relationship with David. You can just see it heavy. I need you. And the fact is, it's not a true relationship. She's probably one of many, many victims.
Nah, he was just stringing her along. And I do think that he deflected on a lot of things that he wrote down, because when you see the text messages from Celeste to David, it's like he stole her thoughts. He stole what she was saying to him is what he was turning around to his audience to make them think that, oh, I got hurt by love so much. And he's using her part of the story as if it were him. Thank you. Thank you. I just got recommended you by the algorithm. So far, so good. Thank you, Miss Joy. Hit that like button and come back.
Victims.
You're right, Dr. Bethany. We uncovered texts from Celeste's brother where he's describing Burke promising to marry Celeste and have a family with her. Dave Mack, another question. Isn't it true that Celeste's passport was found in Santa Barbara, that digital evidence tracks D4vd David Anthony Burke to Santa Barbara on a late night trip? Her passport is found where he was tracked. And isn't it true there are claims D4vd took Celeste across state lines to London, which would have been in her passport?
Now, before I continue with that, yes, he did take her. Yes, she did have passports. Yes, they did. A road worker did find her passport and some other things along that main road. But I got to tell you that they also talked about them knowing that he was out there at that time and how dumb he was to take his phone. And guess what? The car he was driving was also tracking where he was going. So where they found the stuff thrown out and disposed of, they also have a digital trail of David going there. All right. Yeah, absolutely. They should all be ashamed of themselves.
To Texas and to Vegas. Was that to get an abortion?
Nancy, everything you just said is 100% accurate. David Anthony Burke allegedly took Celeste to London, Houston, and Las Vegas. And the reason investigators say he did that was to meet his family, shocking enough. Now, her passport was discovered in January of this year, about 7 months after David Anthony Burke traveled to the exact area where that passport and other evidence was found in Santa Barbara County.
Summertime expenses stacking up fast. For many, the only option is swiping. Nancy.
No.
Was obviously traveling for his shows, for promotions, and he wanted to take her along because at the time this was his girlfriend. He wanted to be with her on his trips.
Did you say it was his girlfriend, this minor that he met at age 11? He wants to take her to a hotel in London over my cold dead body. Is that going to happen? Right. But
guys, he didn't have to do that. You guys all know that. Everyone knows that. He probably felt trapped, not knowing what to do with the body and the belongings and leaving her out there, but he lived out his fantasy, in my opinion. All right. He wouldn't have gotten in that much trouble. If that little girl would have went and told and said, we were together, he was doing this for years, and she was a willing participant with the messages, yeah, they would have got him for some charges of sexual assault. Maybe he would even got something for the CSAM that he had. But guys, it wouldn't be a possibility of the death penalty or life without the possibility of parole. Let's be real. He thought he could get away with it, and he fantasized about doing what he did. That's it. That's all. Foxy, thank you for matching that guilty of crime membership. I do appreciate you. Right at 520.
What did that passport reveal? What happened in London? What happened in Texas? What happened in Vegas? Is that where the abortion occurred? Did an abortion occur? The state says there's evidence in their text about abortion and Plan B. Is that motive for murder? And speaking of red flags, take a look at D4vd David Anthony Burke's concert. This is after Celeste is murdered. Wow, what is that, Dave? It looks like a female's coffin because in better light, we see that it's a small.
Guys, this is everything that surrounded his shows and the book that he wrote. And it was all about death and gore and love and pain, right? Tommy, doesn't Tommy mean pain, right? Miracle Hearts has been forever being her parents allowed her to go, right? I'm sure they did. Good to see you. Yes, she was a child.
All white coffin. What? This is the theme. He has a coffin set up. He has attendees writing their thoughts and feelings to the deceased. Dr. Bethany Marshall, if this is not a red flag, then I'm colorblind.
Nancy, when perpetrators commit homicide, usually there's a relief phase that lasts about 6 to 8 months. In other words, they are glad that they got the victim out of the way.
Yeah, but had David gone in California, Donna, people would have recognized him. That would be a way bad move. He's already made a ton of bad moves. Yeah. Try going to California and having an abortion with a 13-year-old and see how quick that shit gets out there. Every camera, every person, everybody would know. All right. I mean, he gave himself away in every other step. So what's the difference? Yes. No, Tommy was not a female, it was a male. You should go back to my playlist and check out that episode. We did an extensive episode on Tommy.
Because the victim is causing some problem for them. And in this case, what's Celeste's problem that she's going to cause? Pregnancy, finding out about other little girls, telling her parents, telling her school teachers. So there's a certain amount of delight in the fact that she's gone. What I see with this coffin, and it's white, small, it's about her size. He is glorifying her death because he is so relieved he has her out of the way, that this is a happy dance for him. This is a celebration.
Straight back to the courthouse, standing by Taylor Parise, investigative reporter, Los Angeles Magazine, the LA Magazine.
I mean, his brother already gives me creepy ass vibes, but I don't think he's gonna, I don't know. Maybe he'll be that dumb to, maybe he's gonna be that dumb. I don't think so though. Jay? Love this, Jay. I'm totally hooked. Well, thank you, Crazy Jane. I wanted you to know you were here yesterday and we covered the Eve Rogers case, and we are trying to get her mother, Melanie, held accountable. And she took down her channel. She took down her YouTube channel that we showed yesterday. So that was awesome. Yeah, Tommy was his alter ego, and that death was the death of a Tommy. All right. It wasn't the death of Celeste or of whatever flower he was talking about. It was supposed to be the death of his alter ego, a Tommy. All right. Again, go back to my episode. I did a 2.5-hour episode on a Tommy.
Taylor, we understand that at earlier appearances, D4vd, David Anthony Burke, closely shaved his face and tried to get a more youthful appearance to make him look like a juvenile. What about today?
Yeah, as I said, that beard had grown in a little bit more today. He had previously requested from the judge to get a change of clothes as well as the haircut. They've approved the haircut. They have not approved to let him out of that jumpsuit yet.
A change of clothes. Randolph Rice, he wants a glow up from behind bars, and he's trying to look youthful. What does he want? A onesie and a passy when he walks into court?
I mean, that's how he typically dresses. So what's the difference, right? He dressed like a little girl from Hot Topic. So what difference does that make? Now we're gonna dig into his discords, the discords that were deleted, and just some crazy shit ish, right? And the time where David said delete it all, and it couldn't be. We're gonna dig into that. Crazy Jane, that's funny. I did not realize that. I did not even realize the connection between you and her, but I went to her YouTube page and I posted the video and I said #arrest Melanie Federline, and she took off the whole damn YouTube page. Yes, you guys know that's true. That fool dresses like a little girl from Hot Topic.